Does cardio kill your gains? Suddenly going to the gym, you're not sure how much strength training you're doing versus how much cardio you're doing. Do they conflict with each other? Today, let's unpack that. First off, let's talk about cardio's implications on your health. All the time when we're talking about this discussion, people say, oh yeah, but it's not healthy if you're not doing any cardio. You need to do cardio. Let's discuss health first. The American Heart Association say that you need to be doing about 30 minutes of light to moderate aerobic activity 5 times a week, 30 minutes at a time, or you can do 25 minutes of moderate to intense exercise 3 times per week. These recommendations you've got to be careful with because they are kind of geared towards inactive people. The amount of cardio that you do is completely dependent on factors like your lifestyle, your job, say, and hobbies that you do. We've got something called NEAT, and that stands for non-exercise activity thermogenesis. And all that means is someone with a low amount of NEAT means that they're not really active in the day. And someone with a high amount of NEAT means that they're really active throughout the day. For example, you've got someone who works a desk job. Typically, they're only going to burn around 200 to 300 calories per day just from fidgeting, moving the mouse, typing on the keyboard, and not really that active. And on the other hand, you've got someone like a construction worker, a bricklayer, someone who works in agriculture. They're going to be burning somewhere between 2,000 and 3,000 calories per day. They have a high expenditure of NEAT. You're going to be looking at these recommendations where you need to be doing cardio 3-5 days a week, and then you're working this crazy job in construction as well. It's very unrealistic for you to sustain that. On the other hand, if you're working a desk job, then chances are, yeah, you need to be doing a little bit more cardio. Now, if you're resistance training 3 to 5 days a week, you're lifting weights at a pretty decent intensity, you're going to be getting a lot of the benefits that cardio gives you from the resistance training that you're currently already doing. So context matters. Here's a quick little recommendation. If you're already training, just do 10 to 15 minutes incline walk at the end of your sessions, or even better, aim for a daily step count where you're going for 5,000, 7,000, or even 10,000 steps per day. It's a little bit more realistic. Now, does it kill your gains? The most important question of all. Research does actually show that there is an interference between the pathways of building muscle and increasing your endurance. So they kind of oppose each other. They are somewhat conflicting goals, although it does depend on other factors like lifestyle, genetics, and your nutrition. There are some people out there who are jacked and are super fit, look at CrossFit athletes, but between me and you, they're all on steroids. Now, there are some people who are going to say, if you want to get better at doing exercises like high rep squats, where you're going for sets of 20 reps, your cardio is going to be the limiting factor in that set. So people argue that it's kind of a good thing to do some cardio to help with the high rep squats. One thing I would say to oppose that, if you want to get better at high rep squats, just do more high rep squats. Train specifically for the goal that you are trying to accomplish. Also, if you're what's called a hard gainer, someone who really struggles to pack on mass and fill out the t-shirt and gain weight, and if you're doing loads of cardio and getting loads of additional activity in there, it's going to be even more difficult for you to gain weight. Now, if you do want to do cardio, there are a few considerations that you need to think about. First, you've got the type of cardio that you're doing. Is it high intensity or low intensity? The ones that you probably heard of are HIIT or LISS, high intensity interval training, or low intensity steady state. And you've got the duration of cardio. Are you just doing it for 10 minutes at the end of the workout, or do you want to train for a marathon? And then thirdly, you've got the frequency of cardio. Are you doing it every single day, or is it just a couple times a week? These are the things that you need to consider if you are going to include cardio in your workout plan. So let's talk about how I like to manage my cardio and my strength training without it affecting my gains. I train 6 days a week strength training, and then I do 2 to 3 days a week kickboxing. Now, the strength training is completely different to the kickboxing. The kickboxing is high intensity cardio, very anaerobic based activity. Training in the gym is lift heavy weights, rest for 2 minutes, lift heavy weights again, rest for 2 minutes. So it's completely different intensities. The way my current split works out with me training is Monday through to Saturday, I'm lifting weights, and then Tuesday, Thursday, and sometimes Saturday, I'm doing kickboxing. Now, as I say, I want to make sure that I'm managing the volume on the Tuesday and Thursday of my weightlifting, because if I do too much in the gym and then I go to kickboxing later, I'm going to be absolutely done in, and then I won't be able to recover, and I'm going to be too sore the next day. So when I come back in the gym, I'm not going to be able to lift as much weight, and you end up in this vicious circle of your body not being able to keep up recovery wise because you're just simply doing too much. So if you are doing some form of cardio and you want to train for a marathon or 10k, you need to make sure that you tailor the volume of running and weights if you're doing them on the same day. Let's ask the question, can you train for a marathon and also get jacked? In order to run a long distance, you need fairly extreme training. In order to build muscle, get in shape, get stronger, you also need fairly extreme training. These goals oppose each other and are too far away from each other on the fitness spectrum. Building muscle is hard. Getting fit to run a marathon is also hard. Pick one and go all in on that, or at least give it 80% of your attention. Get a lot of messages on a weekly basis from lads who want to build muscle, they really struggle to put on the mass and gain weight. And they'll ask me, should they be doing cardio? One question I'll ask you, what is your current goal? Is it to get fit and run a marathon and do a 10K or 5K? Or is it to build muscle, add a little bit of size to your frame and fill out your t-shirts a little bit more? If it's the latter, start doing what it takes to achieve that goal. I don't care how much you like cardio. If you want a better physique, start lifting.
Hi guys, if you're frustrated trying to tie all this information together and want to finally build a strong looking physique, then I highly suggest you check out my Apex Athlete app. It'll build you a customized training program based on your goals and preferences. It's loaded with over 150 exercise demonstration and tracks all of your progress directly within the app. You get customized meal plans, customized calorie and macronutrient guidelines, plus you also have direct access to me within our private community. It's just £1 a day, and if you stick to it for the next 6 to 12 months, I promise you, I guarantee it will change your life. So I'm looking forward to seeing you inside.
This video's been helpful. Make sure you subscribe. We've got new videos coming every single week. Give the video a like, comment down below what you would like to see more on this channel. So subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.